Sit over
Here?
there. Yeah.
Okay. With your bucket of ice. You either have a sore foot or you're planning on having a tequila. Look what I brought you.
Is that your tequila?
It's Kendall's.
Right. I remember when she started that.
818.
Man.
818.
I seem to remember that tequila was not like a popular drink when we were young.
It was when I was young because I grew up in San Diego, so I was close to the border.
Oh.
And if we wanted to go drinking, we would go to Tijuana.
You were bootlegging in tequila?
That's right.
That's
my history.
You could make that the family origin story.
I know. Kendall's got a better one, and I'm too old school for her. But and I'm kind of a vodka girl, but
well, I do drink tequila.
I got you 3 different kinds.
Oh, great.
I think
I don't often drink
añejo,
but when I do,
reposado, and then the blanco somewhere. Anyway, you'll enjoy it. You'll like it. It's good.
Okay, I love it. So I'm picking the darker one for no other reason than like a child. I go for the
darker one.
Well,
what are you trying to say?
I guess both of us
Bill?
would know about that.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I don't know. I find it shinier and
cooler
looking like liquor. So
I know.
What's the difference? What would that?
Well, we just they're just I don't know. They're just different
I'll
colors.
Get that later.
You know, you're so funny. So you're here.
But I mean, what's it? This is a lighter feel to it. There must be a difference. It can't just be the color.
I think it's the way that they're aged, the way that they're produced, the way that
What's the effect on me? Do I feel like
you'll get just as drunk?
Well, do you have so many products that you can't? You don't have the time to learn about?
This isn't mine. Kendall actually spent a lot of time
I remember
in
when
Mexico
it came out.
doing this. And I'll tell you one cool thing about it, and then we can move on. But the cool thing that I love about this is when they finish making the tequila with the agave plant, and it comes out of the kiln, they take what's left over and make it into bricks, and then they build houses for the people in the community. And give back to all the people that live around there that can't afford to do that for themselves. So it's pretty cool.
What town is that?
Jalisco.
What country?
Mexico.
I was there once for a movie I did in the 80s. And I was like, it was my first decade in show business, mostly a stand-up. But I did movies like Cannibal Women and The Avocado Jungle of Death. And
one of my faves. Wow.
Well, it did win 11 Academy Awards, but
it did not.
No, it didn't. No.
I'm like, wait a second, I missed out on that one. That's funny. Now, is this on streaming? That's not a real movie, right?
At this point, I'm streaming. No, it's a real movie. Absolutely,
is it?
It's a movie I did in 1988. So I'm just saying. So I did this other movie called Club Med. Do you remember the era of the movie of the week?
Yeah.
Of course.
I do.
Of course you do.
I'm the same age as you.
I know, and I have to tell you, people think I'm crazy. But I was telling him, I said, maybe it's dating me, but I find you by far the most interesting Kardashian to talk to.
Well, because we're the same age.
And because
from the same generation.
But it's not just because we're the same age. It's because by reaching this age, we have 30 more years of wisdom, experience, things that happen to us.
Anyone else.
Well, than somebody who's 35.
Yeah. But that's why so many people watch the show, because you can relate to somebody. There's so many of us.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean? You can, if you're 25 or if you're 65.
For me, if I'm going to act, we're just talking.
Yeah.
To talk to somebody, I would much rather talk to somebody who is this age, because again, we have all these
life experiences.
Yes, yeah. And I wouldn't go back to 30. Would you?
No.
It was just
no,
because I'd have to have my stupid 30-year-old brain.
Yeah, well, by the time I was 30, I had, I think, almost 4 kids. So I think I had 4 kids by the time I was 30. So I was very busy.
I
was running around and, raising kids and doing all that. So that was
But it also makes you grow up.
Yeah, really fast.
I remember when I was, like a real runabout town kind of bachelor, like in the 90s.
Playboy? Were you a playboy?
Well,
Did you hang out at the mansion?
I do have the Playmates at
Did
Play
you?
sign over there. I
You
bought,
do?
yeah, I
Did
really
you go
do.
to the Playboy Mansion and hang out there on the weekends?
I did not hang out on the weekends. You
Oh.
know, I used to go to people thought I lived there.
Well, it was a thing. Like if you were like a successful,
Right.
handsome bachelor in those days, you knew Hef and you were invited to the
Absolutely.
mansion and he had parties and I'm an authority now for some reason.
Right.
But yeah, that was just like if you were cool, that was a thing in those days.
Yeah, if you were, I mean, he liked me a lot because, you know, we trod some of the same themes about America. I mean, he really was, I mean, before it got sort of to be a parody of itself in the later years with
Yeah.
the 7 girlfriends and
Yeah.
the, you know, and now,
But before that,
you know, certainly when he started, I mean, he was also a major civil rights champion who did a lot for a lot of the causes which liberals hold most dear today. I mean, anti-homophobia, certainly women's liberation.
did you see that documentary that was like 1,000,000 years long?
There's like 8 of
'Cause
them.
that
I'm in like 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
you know,
The one that was done mostly in black and white anyway, I watched it and I learned so much about him. I don't know why we're talking about him, but yeah.
because I was going to say about motherhood.
Do you have kids?
not,
No?
not to my knowledge. No,
Oh.
I'm kidding. No, definitely no.
Definitely no.
Well, I guess that there could be a kid
I
somewhere,
mean,
but
one might pop up. You just,
that's so true. I think it's a little late in the game
yeah,
for that to have
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
No, kids, no.
no kids.
I never liked kids when I was a kid,
Oh,
and the one thing in my life that's been completely steady has never changed.
consistent.
About kids,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, obviously that's such a personal thing. You did it twice. I mean,
Kids?
2 sets of kids.
Oh, yeah, 2 litters for sure. I had 2 complete litters. I had 4 with
It is-
Robert and 2 with Bruce,
Oh,
AKA
that's
Caitlin.
right. I
Yeah.
forgot that there's a boy in the mix.
Yeah. I had 3 girls and a boy. And then I had 5 girls and 1 boy. And are you
You look-
married? No.
No,
No.
I'm
Okay.
I'm just not in that. That's not my lane. The whole
The whole-
marriage.
no.
I mean, I don't know. I know that people look at me as you're kind of looking at me now, like it's a weird thing but
No, it's not a weird
it's
thing.
not a weird thing anymore, right?
No, it's not
No.
weird at all.
No,
I don't think
It's just
marriage or
total-
kids are for everybody.
right, exactly. It's just total personal preference.
Right.
But
Right.
there was a time when there was, I mean, it used to be stigmatized a lot more, you know, if you were childless. I mean, women, they had a word for it, spinster.
By the time they were 30, women were made to feel like if you didn't have a child by the time you were 30 or married or you were
Right.
just an old maid. And then by the time my kids got older, that window of when they would say that or criticize that was like 10 years. It grew to another decade. So like 40, it was cool to still have babies at 40. I had a
Right.
baby at 40 and I had a baby at 41, which is, you know,
Common now.
yeah, I think so.
My mother
It's-
had me at 37, which was not common
Oh,
in
really?
1956.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it wasn't, you know, not something that no one did, but it was not, yeah, because
That's
people,
interesting.
because they, like you said, they got married at 20.
Yeah. Everybody got married out of high school or college, and you picked your partner, and that
Right.
was supposed to be who you were going to be with for the rest of your life and raise a family, and that's that.
So I may have told this story before, but you don't know it. It
Okay.
amuses me about this subject. I had a job summer between my first and second year of college, looking to make summer money, living at home. The job was to sell cookware door to door.
Stop.
But here's what's evil about it. There was a 4-day training session you go to. They said, and they show you how to like do the whole demonstration in somebody's living room. I mean, you're walking up to people's door with like 2 gigantic suitcases because this is girls who are buying cookware. They said, go through the high school yearbook, find the girls who are not going to college.
And those are the girls that are going to buy it?
because they're not going to college. You see, they're going to marry and they're going to need cookware.
So you had a focus group. You knew exactly what you were doing.
It was an early type of focus group.
Wow.
And then you would just cold call them because people's names were in the phone book.
And they let you in the door.
Well, yes, we'd have to.
That's so scary.
And you do the demonstration in the living room. It took like an hour. And
did you have to know how to cook?
Well, no, you just had to know how to show how to demonstrate, the fucking pots and pans, and this one goes on top of this, and you can make sauce with this. And it was a spiel.
Oh
I was a salesman. I lasted 3 days. But
do you have any of your cookware left?
No, it wasn't
for
my
like
cookware.
A vintage set you saved for.
No, it was not my cookware. I was just selling it, and
all right.
So.
Oh my God.
But that was their attitude, was that the women who weren't going to college
were going to be homemakers.
You were exactly.
Well, because you had to figure, in those days, we raised young women to have a plan. Like you needed a plan.
A plan meaning?
Like with your life, like a life plan. Like what are your goals? What are your plans? What are you going to do? That's why it was always really important for everybody to get married by the time they were out of college, I guess. Wow, that's like a bonfire.
Do you want any?
No, thank you.
You never smoke pot.
What? Is that pot?
Of course.
Oh.
What did you think
You mix it in the cigar? Because otherwise, that's the biggest joint I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you must have seen a blunt, Kris.
No.
Come on.
No.
Your family, you've never seen a blunt?
No, I have.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, and this is hardly, it's generous.
That's pretty. Do you smoke the whole thing?
Well, if you challenge me. No, I don't need to smoke. People think I'm a much bigger pot smoker than I possibly because
I didn't even
whenever
know
they
you
see me,
smoke
I'm
pot.
smoking pot and it's a giant cigar. I don't know why people get this impression. But the truth is, I really don't smoke. I don't smoke every day.
Okay.
Never did. Never want to.
Well, maybe it just relaxes you.
It's a treat. No, it does the opposite.
Oh, really?
It gets me up. I can't do anything that I really like to do without it.
Really?
Yeah, I can't fuck, I can't write, I can't do stand-up. So I really
Security.
Like... It's true.
Oh, my God.
I guess I could, but why? It's just better with.
So what do you like to do? Smoke pot or have like a tequila or both?
Well, I rarely drink anymore because, honestly, you look like you're in your 40s. I don't know how you do that. Must be some line of thing that you're making $1 billion on, I'm sure. But I just know at 66, if you drink more than literally I have 3 drinks a week. If you drink more than that, you look like Ted Kennedy. Now.
It does make, if you drink, if I feel it if I go on a trip or vacation and you're drinking and then, you have to, moderation is a good thing.
Well, that's a charitable way to put it. It's forced moderation because when you're older, you are just playing with so little wiggle room. You know what I mean? When I was 25, 30, even 40, there was many nights when you were hammered.
Yeah.
You would go from club to club, different bars and clubs. Did you ever have a life like that?
No.
Never?
Well, no.
But come on, Robert was a man about town.
Yeah,
fancy...
our big night was I got married in 1978 and I got pregnant on my honeymoon. So 9 months later I had a baby and, you're not out, most of my 20s, I guess, and part of my 30s and then again 40s were pregnancies. So in those days, nobody drank. If you were pregnant, you did not drink. I never drank when I was pregnant.
Boy, they really kept you barefoot and pregnant, huh?
They did, yeah.
But you liked it, and
best part of my whole life.
Is being pregnant?
Uh-huh.
It looks like a mess.
Yeah, you got to really love it to do it 6 times.
I guess you.
That's a lot of years being spent pregnant. I have a couple of my daughters who didn't have the greatest pregnancies, but I was very blessed. I had the greatest pregnancies, and I had great deliveries.
Wow.
And I had them all naturally, so I didn't have C-section and all the other complications that can go along with it. I got lucky. I was very lucky.
You know, meeting you and just looking at you in person I really see the resemblance to Kim Kardashian.
Yeah,
You really do look alike.
that's
see
a
that.
good thing. She's my
Yeah,
daughter.
I guess
Yeah,
I
that's what
never
happens.
really. I haven't kept up with the Kardashians as well as
Oh,
I.
that's
But you
okay.
know, the thing is about. I mean, everything that's happened to you. I mean, you could never have predicted this life.
You
In a
couldn't make this
billion,
up.
you couldn't.
You couldn't even,
I also
dream
think,
this.
but I think a lot of what has happened with you, it could not. I don't think you manipulated and I don't think it could have been. You know,
No,
it's like you couldn't have manipulated having 5 girls because
no.
that's sort of the brand. Or
Well,
girls
not in
ever.
those days. Yeah, there
you
wasn't that
can't.
technology of like, oh, let's.
Oh,
Nowadays
can you force a
you can take an egg and a sperm and spin
and
the sperm. No, the sperm is what is responsible for the sex of the baby. So they can now take the sperm and manipulate the sperm to be a boy or a girl.
really?
Yeah.
That
Welcome to 2022.
wow.
They've been doing that for quite a while, I think. But when I was getting pregnant, it just all
Right, but
happened very
okay, so
naturally.
you couldn't have manipulated
No.
that. And then I must say, I always think that the public projects a level of exoticism on celebrity relationships that does not exist. In other words, they think that things are going on when people are that are just more exotic than they are. Whereas I think mostly it's people just acting like when it comes to relationships, because especially women are women before they're celebrities. They don't, it's like people aren't having threesomes and arrangements.
Oh my God.
They're having regular things,
Yeah.
and then they fall sometimes for people, like people fall, and then they're in the same ruts people get in when they've
Right.
been together a while.
Right.
Marriages happen and they fall apart for the same reasons they do
Oh, totally.
Okay,
Totally.
but they don't think that.
But I think that everything now is manipulated by, what's going on in our society and social media. And, it's just people can make up whatever they want to make up. And once somebody says it out loud, it makes it a fact. And, I
Yeah.
just think that kind of goes along
Well,
with being, in these days, with
mean-
being a celebrity or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I mean, it's also fantastic for your business.
Well, it's
mean-
it can be the best thing in the world, or it can be, toxic as well. It just depends on the day, That's just the nature of the game with social media. I think it can be a place
Yeah.
where people are, can be bullies, or it can be great for business. There's a lot of good and
But
bad.
if it was more bad than good, you could, open a paint store in Vermont or something.
Exactly. That is such a good idea. That is
So,
amazing.
I mean, I'm guessing that, on a much bigger level than what I deal with, it's like, yeah, there are downsides
Yeah.
to fame, but on a whole, it's a positive, and that's why we keep doing it.
That's right.
And it is. I mean, what is so, you have a camera crew everywhere. Okay, it's like,
Right.
so, but, I guess after a while it just becomes, whatever your life is, it becomes your life.
Right.
It's not like you're not the boss of them, so
Well,
you can.
exactly. And I think we've been doing it for so long,
Yeah.
and we love what we do, and we love our life. And so, I feel really lucky to be in the position I'm in.
And there is I mean, I could make a case that there's kind of a service. I guess a country needs like this, family that they can kind of project themselves on or compare themselves to or follow the shit that's going on in their life or something. But there is something to, maybe it's some sort of psychological release people need. And I feel like you just, I guess it's like almost fated that you were, right? Don't you think?
I think, you know what? I think that what we do is apparently, and thank goodness, very interesting to a lot of people. And we have people that, have followed the show for a really long time, since day one in 2007, when we first started doing what we do. And I think, I look at it like this. I look at it when we first started shooting our show, I had my kids, I didn't have one grandchild. And now I have 12. Isn't that crazy?
You have
12 grandchildren. And so
your kids have 12 children?
Yeah. My babies made babies. That's a lot of humans.
Wow.
It's really crazy. So I look at that, and that's when I really put it into perspective. And I think, oh my goodness, we started doing this and it was, so much fun. And it was a way to, one of my daughters, Courtney, and I had a clothing store. And I thought, this is going to be great. If we have a reality show, we'll probably sell more baby clothes, because it was a little baby, children's clothing store. And then just going from that and the way that we evolved and the way that we all grew through the years, it's kind of remarkable when I think about it in terms of how many kids and grandkids I have.
You know what I find amazing is I remember, can't remember exactly what year this was, but somewhere around 10 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
I remember when a maitre d' at a restaurant in this town, a very highfalutin kind of restaurant, nobody you know.
Okay.
I'm
like, what?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay. Can't wait. Bated breath. What's happening? What's happening? You're making me nervous.
Have a little of this.
No,
Calm down. Come on.
No.
What do you think? I'm going to say something terrible?
No.
Have I said anything terrible?
No, not yet.
I'm so thrilled you're here.
I'm thrilled to be here. This is fun.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody who was sitting in there last week, like, people like us, we're workaholics, basically. We like work. It's fulfilling.
Yeah.
And so, like, when do we get to know people? When we're working.
You're
like,
right.
when you build it into work, we do it. Not that we don't have a social life, but I mean, most of your time with 12 grandchildren and the kids, I mean, I'm sure most of it is family, as it should be.
It's all family. And somebody asked me the other day, who are you hanging out with right now? And I'm like, my kids.
Yeah, of course.
And the grandkids, because there's so many people.
We are supported by SignalWire, the real OGs of software-defined telecom. That's right, OG stands for Original Geeks, and they're proud of it. The original geeks at SignalWire are the developers of the #1 open source communications platform in the world, powering everything from cloud phone systems for Netflix and Amazon to awesome products like Ring Doorbell. And now they've created an easy-to-use cloud platform that puts the power of that technology into the hands of anyone with an idea. Whether it's voice, messaging, or cutting-edge broadcast quality video, if it has to do with real-time communications, SignalWire is the answer. With SignalWire, you can customize the user experience and integrate with an existing application or website with ease. SignalWire's ultra-low latency is essential for creating experiences where real-time really matters. Whether you're a developer, product builder, or just someone with a cool idea, SignalWire offers APIs, SDKs, and even copy and paste code snippets to help you make your vision a reality fast. Build with the real OGs of software-defined telecom. Visit signalwire.com/random to sign up for a free account. Go to signalwire.com/random and build what's next in real-time communications. Go to signalwire.com/random. Hey, while I got you listening to the podcast, I just want to say I'm going to be on the road this Saturday coming up in New York City. One of my favorite gigs of the year, the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. This is the show that America needs to see right now. So don't be a traitor. Get your tickets at nycomedyfestival.com or at Ticketmaster. You will laugh your ass off, I promise. Wealth in America, I guess most places, is a fluke. It's usually a fluke what will get you rich. I mean, if I didn't have perfect comic timing and couldn't tell a joke, I wouldn't, have this house. That's kind of a fluke. I mean, that probably wouldn't have paid as well in the year 1500. Or if you could throw a baseball, you can be a, trillionaire.
Well, you have an amazing talent. And you've been able to share that with people who fall in love with what you do. And then you're able to, parlay that into a career and then be able to do nice things for yourself. And I think that's really great. I mean, my my what I live for in my life, just, with my kids. And some people ask me, like, what is your biggest, goal in your life? And I say, I think the biggest thing that I really am proud of it, and just the thing that I focus on, is just really helping my kids find in life what their passion is. No, it smells good actually. What their passion is, and helping them figure out a way to make it a career or a living that they can be
They haven't all
and
done that
have.
already?
Yeah, but I mean that's
Oh,
been
right,
the joy
right.
and the beauty of the process has been so rewarding and satisfying for me, because I got to really help them and work with them, and we were given this amazing opportunity of a reality show,
Mm.
and then to be able to do something with that opportunity was really the
Well,
dream.
yeah, some of it was fate. I just think another family could have been given that beginning and not come out where you were. There was some
It just
very,
depends on what you're, like you said, what the opportunity presents itself. And there's a lot of people. Some people, give me credit for this or that, but I could not have done any of this without exactly the kids that I have. And it's just the way it all turned out.
yeah, no, show business is work. I mean, look, it is a combination of luck and destiny, but also I got to think that
You
it
have to
took a
work
lot
hard.
of business acumen. Not just work hard. Anybody can work hard. Not everybody can have that business acumen to take, a friend of mine once had the funniest joke about, I won't say the name because it'll insult somebody, but he was the son of a very, very rich and famous producer, and then he was a producer in television my son worked for, and he said, this guy, he turned $200 million into $250 million. Yeah, if you start with 200 million, it's easy to go to 250. If you start with nothing, and you get to billions, I have to think there was some, decisions that were made. I mean, being a director, being any kind of director, it's a series of just constantly making decisions
Yeah.
on details.
Yeah.
And some people make the right calls, like a coach, and some people don't. I always saw of you as kind of like the general manager of the Kardashian team.
That's it. That's
You
pretty
made
accurate.
trades and you.
There's a lot of people that are watching us, and everybody gets emotionally attached or excited to watch one of us. There's so many of us. And then you kind of see this family through their living their life, and there's ups and downs and marriages
Right.
and divorces and babies.
Yeah.
And,
No,
it's crazy. And I think that,
but those things you mentioned are all like so consequential that if you were like, faking that, it would be just no one can fake.
well, not for 20 years.
No, and not with
Just,
those
yeah,
kind of things in
yeah,
life. You don't
yeah.
fake a baby.
No, that would be
Yeah,
odd.
yeah,
Yeah, that would
it would
be
be
odd.
very odd.
That would be odd. But no, we have
Yeah,
a good time. We're really lucky to be doing what we're doing, and I get to be with my family every single
right.
day. So
I mean,
that's the
because
joy.
you're on your new tip now. You had the old one, and now you're, basic same idea. Just the way I went from politically incorrect to real time is basically a similar show. But you know, you could have walked away 2 years ago.
Well, we did, and then
Came
we
back.
came back with Hulu, and it's been amazing working with Disney and a whole new family and a whole new production crew.
Hulu
And
was Disney?
uh-huh.
I can't even
Disney
keep,
owns Hulu.
I can't keep track anymore. I don't know who owns me. I know I
You
like them.
don't? Do you like
No, I
them?
do.
You
I
do
love them.
too.
Yeah, I
You
do.
do
I do. I
too.
do. But it
Yeah.
was hard
No,
to
we're
keep.
having like the time of our lives, and this has been such an amazing experience. It's been really, really fun to do and film a little bit differently, because when you do something for a very long time, it was, we loved what we were doing, and we loved our crew and our network, all of it. But, it was, I think, just time for us to end that chapter on 20 seasons. We had such a
Mm.
great time. And then we decided we really missed what we were doing, and we loved what we were doing. And so we went back.
So how was life different when you weren't doing a show. What was missing? You said you
Well, it's
you
it's
still
hard
had
to explain. Well, we have
the
our
same
businesses and we have our day-to-day that's extremely busy and full of lots of things and responsibilities. But I think we just really missed being together. I think we felt like we weren't together as much doing our own thing, working on our individual brands and businesses and everything and traveling in different directions. And when we do a show, it really does bring us closer together. And we do our family vacations and we do things that we can also film. And it's just a great excuse to be together.
But there must be things that you wouldn't say on camera. You were all just savvy and know not to like say, that you then
Well,
get to say
you're
when you're
also you're seeing, if you're watching our show, you're seeing, and it's an hour, let's say, and it's like, pre Hulu, it was 44 minutes that you're getting of an entire week or,
yeah,
couple weeks of somebody's life. So yeah, you can, if you have something that's, you don't want to perhaps share with the rest of the world, and you're savvy enough to now know
right.
it's going to be filmed, then you wait until maybe you're not filming one day
Yeah.
that week that
Well, I mean,
you
and the
want to.
kids, were sort of brought up in this from the get-go.
Well,
So it's
Kendall
always
and Kylie were 9 and 10
right.
when we started filming.
So it's always been second nature that you have your camera.
It's like if you were to go to an event or a party or have a dinner, you're not going to say everything you want to say in that very moment if you don't want to say something in front of me or,
Reminds me of the Maynard D.
what happened to the. Are you going to tell me his name?
How long ago was that when that started? 10 minutes?
I think it was 15, to be
Okay,
honest.
so the
Here in the VIP lounge.
no, that's the VIP.
Oh, best friends
Sorry,
only.
I'm
My
telling you.
purse is over there.
Right.
Your
well,
best friend.
It's very,
Very
safe.
private.
Yes. Well, there's the VIP, and then there's my house. We take this in steps.
This is great.
It is. There's a vibe to this place. I'm so glad you noticed
No,
that.
it's definitely a vibe,
it's
and
a
you
little-
have it's crazy what's happening here.
No,
It's
I
like,
love it.
how many acres do you have here? It's like a huge property.
Haters are like germs. You actually need them.
Germs.
they're-
That's such a great. I have to steal that.
You can have it.
Oh, thank you.
I won't even remember I said it after I finished
Yeah.
the cigar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, then somebody trademark that quick.
Yes.
Yep. No, that's a good one. Haters are like germs.
Well, in the sense that you
need
do,
them.
you
No,
actually
I like
do
it.
need germs.
Yeah.
And
No,
people,
you do. I get that.
I mean, don't get me off on my, medical, because I can always talk about that, and let's not.
Oh, no.
But people who, during this pandemic, got it into their heads, and there's way too many of them, that you can somehow avoid germs and pathogens in your life with masking and this and that are not only scientifically wrong, they're doing themselves
Right.
harm. You need to
Right,
live
you have
among
to
germs.
build up
right.
the resistance.
You have to, exactly.
So were you a mask guy? Did you ever wear a mask?
Well, of course, only when I had to.
When you had to.
All their stuff I only did because I had to. Not that I didn't think it was something to be respected. COVID,
Right.
of course, it
Right.
was.
Right.
And of course, I feel bad for anyone who had terrible outcomes from it. But, they gloss over the fact that most of it was, a lot of it was preventable. I mean, a lot of it was elderly, is mostly, and that's, elderly
know.
people die from everything. I mean,
No.
that's the way of life. And then it was people who were in terrible shape.
Yeah.
Because viruses are opportunistic.
Wait, when are we elderly?
I don't know. But, I mean,
watch out for Kris and Bill. They're
when-
going to get sick.
when I see...
They're elderly.
No, you have a younger boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's because, it's funny, when you're younger and you think of 66, you picture somebody decrepit because that's what your parent... My
I know.
father was like that at 50. Like, he was like, not shuffling, but...
We
he-
look better than somebody our age looked many decades ago. I think it's just, we've just learned how to, as a race, we've learned how to take better care of ourselves.
Yes, and there's products they didn't have.
Yeah.
And I mean...
we make a few of them.
Right. I love the way you never,
You know,
never miss.
I'm never going to stop. Yeah.
I am gonna.
Yeah. I'm never going to
you-
stop. You're lucky I didn't bring you Kim's new skincare line. I brought you
I would.
Kendall's Tequila
Well,
instead.
I feel very
I'm
strong.
kidding.
I
I'm
feel
teasing.
very strongly. One day, you and I are going to be doing a morning show.
Really?
It'll be on a cruise ship. No, no. Wouldn't that be fun?
Well, for who?
Well, you know what? Here's a little hitch in this plan.
Okay.
I don't get up in the morning.
You don't?
Well, I mean.
So you want me to take the morning shift? Is that what this is about?
Look, Kris, it'll be a hologram of me.
I'm talking to a hologram. This is amazing.
But I always thought that would be such a fun thing to do, and you'd be a great person to do it with. They must have come to you with shows like that to be a.
I filled in for somebody once on a talk show for Fox years ago, and it was really fun. It was a lot of work because I was also shooting Keeping Up.
Right.
But it was fun. It was fun. I did it for, I don't know, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, but it was a grind. Doing that is a grind.
And that's why you'd never do it?
No, I would do it. I love a grind. I do. I'm obsessed with
exactly. We're the same person.
No, I'm obsessed.
We work.
Yeah.
Makes
me happy to work really hard.
And I know so many people like that. Only, Seth MacFarlane, I love you. Yeah, let's work.
It's a challenge, but it's really rewarding. Yeah, it's really rewarding.
So you would do a talk show?
I would totally do a talk show.
Okay.
You could wear cute outfits and talk to fun people. And
it's like this.
Yeah.
Except.
Why not?
Yeah, it would be, this is the most informal, I think, that I could possibly make something.
On your estate here.
Right, but
yeah.
You don't see any other people in the room. You don't even know where the cameras are.
Right.
We're fucking high.
Right.
There's no agenda.
Well, you're high. Yeah.
Well,
you're high as a kite.
I'm using the royal we. Hey, just doing a quick commercial in case you don't want to watch commercials. So meta. We have a subscription channel on Apple now called Club Random Velvet Rope, where you can get all the episodes ad-free, most new episodes a week early, full exclusive bonus episodes, and extra bonus content where I talk about whatever the fuck I want. Try it free for a week now. Just search Club Random on Apple Podcasts.
You know what? We're having a great time, and I think that as long as we're good people and raising our kids and our grandkids, we're having a good time.
You must trouble with security, no?
Yeah. I do.
You should.
He's in the booth.
You have to. Yes.
He's in the, no, we do. We do. It's just safe, especially, today's day and age.
When I toured Europe once, I did stand up in like 5 different places in Europe where the audiences who speak English, the Nordic countries and Germany and Amsterdam, England, of course. And for there, they recommended, and I traveled with 3 bodyguards.
Right.
2 Israeli
Yeah.
ex-Mossad,
Wow.
And that, look,
Serious.
America's a shitty country right now, but it did give me a little perspective there on could be worse. Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm not a rah-rah kind of guy, but I do like to keep that in perspective. But
right.
But
I think it's safe. Wait, so do you still do stand-up, your
yeah.
shows?
Oh, yeah.
And do you tour?
Well, I
Like
do.
US?
I do, of course. Oh, absolutely, the U.S.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do. I enjoyed it, and Europe's a great town. But
Europe's a great town.
once was plenty. Just because I'm not a good traveler,
You don't like to travel. Why don't you
I
get
would like it, but you know what? It's the age thing again. When I was 21, my college girlfriend and I backpacked across with no money. It was fine. We
Right.
stayed in youth hostels and stuff. I drove across the country with my college roommate when I was 21, and we slept on the beach and literally in the car and shit like that. And now I can't get to sleep in a 5-star hotel after a jet laggy flight.
Yeah, travel's hard on your body.
It's hard on your body, and your
It
body
really
is
is.
less resilient
As
and
you get older.
Right. So
True.
just
Truly.
don't fight it.
I know. Well, why don't you do a residency in Vegas?
I play Vegas like 6 times a year at the
You do?
Mirage. I have for years. Love it. You
Oh,
should come
okay. Well, I want to
sometime.
go to a show.
Oh, let's do that.
Wait, do you know Michael Kivas? You know Michael
Of
Kivas.
course, I know him very well. I've talked to you there.
Yes, I love him.
Yeah, let's all go.
We need to go.
Okay, so if we did this Vegas weekend that we're
Right.
plotting,
Right.
are the crew coming? The filming people?
The filmers?
The
My grandchildren call
you're-
them the filmers are here, Mommy, or Grandma. The filmers are here, Levy. No, they don't have to come.
Really?
They don't have to. No,
Wow,
but
I
they
feel-
probably would.
You
I want to
are
get your stand up on camera.
Oh,
But,
okay.
You know, we need to have you as part of the
Yes.
the Kardashian show.
You'll love my show.
I'm excited about it.
The kids, yeah, I think all the kids are like it. They're all sophisticates at this
Well, no,
point.
my grown kids, not the little kids, not my grandchildren.
Not the great. I'm not suggesting we take grandchildren. You mean like 4-year-olds?
Yeah.
Sweetheart, I
No.
don't like children. We
Oh, right.
we've covered
that.
this.
Okay,
I
sorry.
do not like children.
Sorry, my mistake.
If
My
this,
bad.
If this
My bad.
morning show is going to
Nope.
work,
Nope.
but
No kids allowed.
I swear to God, I can't believe you have not been offered the kind of thing that, like, who does this now? Kelly Clarkson, right?
Right.
She's
Right.
Drew Barrymore.
Right.
Who else is in the game? In that Ellen
well,
is gone, right?
Jordan. Who just got it?
Jennifer
talk show?
Hudson?
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson. Okay.
I haven't seen her show yet, but I heard it's really good.
Okay. Well, I
And then Ryan and Kelly, and there's
okay. That's
many-
morning, right?
That's morning. Oh, right. You don't get up before.
No.
noon.
I don't.
Okay.
I've never seen these other shows either. You think I watch afternoon women TV? Do you know that Joy Behar is 80?
She is not.
I think she is.
Stop.
Well, yes,
Is she?
or very close to it.
She looks great.
Incredible, and not just looks great, but like pulls off.
She's as smart as a whip. She's always.
Well, here's the trick. I think that I use.
She's not 80.
Yes.
Somebody look up Joy Behar.
I love the way the queen just
No,
always turns
I'm
to like
turning to the
these
wall.
like there's
Somebody-
nobody in the room.
It'll just happen.
Tell Francesca to find out the metric weight ton of granite. Okay, but
Oh my
what was I
God.
screaming about a minute ago?
About how Joy Behar is
Oh, yes.
80.
When you're over 65, as we are, but Joy proves it can certainly happen up until 80.
Right.
No one is fooled that you're the youngest person on TV. You just want to come across in both how you look and also how you act so that it's not on their minds that they're watching an older person. They're just watching a person.
Right.
That's as good as you
Well,
can
age is just a number.
Well, okay, it's a number that can really fuck you up and make you look bad. I mean, ask Joe Biden. Good night, everybody. No. Well, really, I mean, Biden's actually doing a great job, but he's constantly getting shit upon because he does little things like fall off his bike or call out the wrong name, or, he does a little few senior
I
moments.
don't even say my own kids' names right. It all starts with a K, so I'm right there with you, Joe.
That's
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know
but
anybody's name. I'm
that's
always
it.
falling off my bike.
no.
No. So,
But you know what I'm saying? You just I feel like when people watch me, no, I don't think they think, oh, this is the youngest guy. But they're
don't
not
think-
like,
I don't
oh,
look
I
at-
can't watch him anymore.
no, I don't think that.
No,
I don't
just-
think about you and then a name or an age pops up
Exactly.
on top of your head.
That's what I'm saying.
In bright lights.
Right.
You're
and
just-
Joy Behar is pulling that off at 80.
I don't think she's 80.
Okay, but we will
Impossible.
find out. I'm sure people are busy at it now.
Somebody figure out
Okay,
how
well,
old
no
Joy
one,
Behar
no one
is.
can ever come in this room. Well,
sorry.
It's just us.
Oh, it's just
I know.
we are on lockdown.
You're on lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I see that you're jonesing, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
You should. Who's your boyfriend? Who?
Corey?
No.
My boyfriend Corey?
I use
What
the,
other
I use the
boyfriend?
word boyfriend
Oh, okay.
more loosely
All right.
than most people. My mother used to say that. I got it from her.
Oh,
Like
God bless
she'd,
her.
oh, your boyfriend. The guy, I'm forgetting the name. He's very famous. He was was American Idol host.
Ryan Seacrest. My boyfriend Ryan.
Yes.
He's my business partner.
I know.
Yeah. He's adorable.
Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
I talked to him many times. He's a lovely guy.
He's so great.
Right.
Ryan's the best.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Right.
really is a great guy.
He was the original producer.
And
of
he's he's one of the executive producers, and he still is.
Okay.
But he's got such he's so interesting, Ryan. He likes to travel, and he loves wine and food, and he loves design, and we have a lot in common with that because I love home design and all that.
Sit him down
Okay.
and say,
Let's do a show.
I mean, well, haven't you made him like $1 trillion?
I don't think I have, but,
Well,
you know.
Didn't he make a fortune off Kardashian show?
I don't know what his deal
No?
is.
You don't know what his deal is?
No.
Wasn't he the producer or something?
Yeah, he's an executive
How could
producer.
you not know what his deal is?
Well, you know.
I don't
I'm
know.
not sitting there counting somebody's money.
But it's a pie that got split up. You
Yeah.
subtract the part of the pie you didn't get.
Yeah.
Don't you have what?
Well, there's a whole bunch of people involved.
Didn't
so
he do very well with that pie?
I think he did. I think he did.
All right, we're not mad. We're not mad at him.
All right.
I mean, again, keep going back to the age thing, but we actually have an advantage because you're more you become more comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, I agree.
And you have less to prove. So you have that weight off your shoulder.
Right.
Like if it all ended tomorrow, I'd be like,
we'd be okay.
I'm 66 and I didn't.
Yeah.
I had a show on for 29 years. I think I can take a breath. I don't want to do that. I want to keep going, and I'm going to keep going. But it's like that weight is off my shoulders. One of my biggest anxieties when I was young was, will I be a failure? Will my life...
Really?
Sure.
Do you get nervous before you go out to do a stand-up show?
No, not now, because I'm not a failure.
but no, just in general.
Oh, no.
You're going to walk out and do your set, and you don't even get one butterfly?
Not really.
Really?
I've been doing it 40 years.
I know, but I've been doing this a long time, but I would get a butterfly every time I get in-person stuff.
You know what makes it's so funny, the arc of where you go. At the beginning of a stand-up career, you're like the worst minute, or at least for me, everybody, but I just made it worse. The worst minute of the show is the first minute because you are walking out in front of people who have no idea who you are.
Right.
You're just generic stand-up comic trying to be a real comic.
And make them laugh.
Of course. But so you have to completely educate them to who you are.
Right.
It always rubbed me the wrong way to have to do that. So I was not helping matters when I started. Luckily, I was able to transcend that issue and go where I got. But now it's the complete opposite. When I walk out, it's only people in a theater who have bought, tickets, which cost some money, and you got to get a babysitter. People fly in from different cities to see you.
Yeah, and they got it.
Right. And you're with 2 or 3, 4,000 whatever people who think like you do. They like me.
Right.
So when I walk out, it's a very long, enthusiastic ovation. After that,
oh wow, you get a standing ovation?
No, I said at the end, yes.
Oh wow, that's
sometimes
amazing.
I've gotten it at the beginning.
That's cool.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, you don't feel like you're on trial at all. At the beginning of my career, I was on trial every minute. And now it's like, I'm not on trial. We're just friends talking.
You can just do your thing.
And I know what I know my, I work a lot on stand-up. It's fun. It's like my like hobby that I love, like some people build a ship inside of a bottle and people do all sorts of stupid shit, and salsa dancing and What's your hobby?
My hobby?
What are your hobbies?
What are my hobbies? Well, you know what I love?
Come on, answer it.
I love.
What are your hobbies?
What are your hobbies?
I swear to God, these tough questions.
I love interior design, and I love making my garden. Chloe and I live next door to each other, so we love love to be outside and love that whole thing. Like every time something, we create things, we're going to build a vegetable garden this year.
I got one right outside here.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely.
Kylie has one, and I'm so jealous. So Chloe and I, that's our next project. And that makes me really happy, and it's really relaxing. I love to cook, and I don't cook as much as I used to, but that's really rewarding for me. I love learning new stuff, and I actually love traveling, when we're out and about. But I love the whole design, interior design. I'm really infatuated with it. So everything I follow or do on social media has something to do with interior design or fashion or food. And so that's what I'm more interested in. And that's what I get a kick out of social media, because it's just endless and you learn so many things. And so I share a lot of information with my kids.
I can't go with the food.
No?
An interest in that.
You who sold cookware? What is happening? You just
No,
got turned off
I
by
can't.
the sale of pots and pans?
I'm not a foodie. I like food. Everybody likes food, but like when food becomes like a hobby or like it interferes with, again, I just have to watch my
Really?
health so carefully. Of course.
Well, do you sit at home sometimes and just go, I need to go to such and such restaurant for dinner tonight because I'm craving it?
Oh fuck no!
Really?
I don't care. No, when I
You
go out
don't
to
have
dinner,
a favorite restaurant?
I do, but because of the atmosphere.
Like what? What's your favorite restaurant?
Well, I love the Polo Lounge.
Okay.
I love the Tower.
Going there to, okay.
I love the Tower Bar.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
They used to have, see, when you say Tower Bar, I think bacon wrap dates. That's what I think. You're probably thinking of cute girls at the bar. And I'm thinking of what they serve there for dinner.
Oh, no, I'm not thinking. No. Tower Bar is where the maitre d' used to be Dimitri.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's at that other private place, which I like him so much. You know, I can't. I mean, he
Is he the same guy that said?
No. That's a different maitre. No. He would never say something like that.
No.
He's the sweetest, nicest guy.
Aw.
But
you like to go to the Tower Bar?
But Tower Bar is now run by Gabby. She's fantastic. And it's just a sophisticated place. That's why I always loved it.
Doesn't it remind you of like the 50s?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to have the Vanity Fair Oscar party there.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Before it got way big. So, but it's not the food, and rarely does a menu have food I even want to eat. You know, it's too fancy, or it's, I don't know, too rich. You know, again, I like when I go on the road.
You just don't care.
I bring my own food. I'm only gone for a day and a half, 2 cities. I can bring enough food so I don't have to eat like fucking, you know, when I was
you have to
young
eat right.
on the road, I would have fucking room service hamburgers at 3 a.m.
Oh, God.
And I just, you know, you can't do that. You just have to throttle back.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, that's why you look good and you're going to feel good. And, you know, you have to, if you...
So, we're going to Vegas.
Okay.
You're going to do a show.
Sure.
An afternoon.
Yeah. I like your goals for me. Thank you. And by the way, if this doesn't work out, then I'll be calling you so we can go do our talk show.
Well, here's my idea.
Okay.
We do a morning talk show.
What's the pitch?
But we do it really early in the morning.
At like 4 a.m.?
Like before I go to bed. Okay. All right. I know you're busy.
You're so funny.
I am pretty funny, aren't I?
You are funny. I think you could take this on the road. I truly do.